Hey everyone, I'm Joey. Today I'm going to share with you 10 things that you probably did not know about a Rubik's Cube. My interest in Rubik's Cubes started in high school because I realized how difficult it was to solve one. It took me several days of memorizing algorithms in order to get the cube back to a completely solved state. In hindsight, I really wish that I had not memorized those algorithms and just learned how to do the cube on my own, because I feel like I would have felt way more fulfilled if I had learned how to solve this crazy thing on my own. When I first learned how to solve the Rubik's Cube, I could solve it in about 2 minutes. My current personal record is 34 seconds that I actually solved during a finance YouTube video that I was recording. One thing that you absolutely cannot forget about solving a Rubik's Cube is to hit the like button for this video, because it really helps my channel due to the YouTube algorithm. A very small and extremely beneficial way you can show your support for me or any other YouTuber is to hit the like button at the bottom of the videos that you watch, so the YouTube algorithm knows that people are watching this and enjoying it. Thank you for your support in that way. I really appreciate that. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well for some more cubing content, Hawaii adventure content, and finance content. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. So why the heck is this little cube so freaking hard to solve? That brings us to the first thing that you probably did not know about Rubik's Cubes, is the number of possibilities that this cube has. There are 43 quintillion possible scrambles to this Rubik's Cube. That means if you were to dedicate 70 years of your life not eating or sleeping, but just trying one different possible combination every single second for 70 years, you would find about 2.2 billion combinations, assuming that you don't find any of the same combination twice. Well, 2.2 billion combinations is quite a long way to come, and thank you for dedicating your entire life not eating or sleeping for 70 years trying to find out different combinations to this. But you're still a light year away from finding all of the different combinations to this cube. In order to truly find all of the different combinations, you would need 10 billion people dedicating their entire lives for 70 years, not eating or sleeping, but trying one different combination every second in order to find 43 quintillion combinations. What? This was first marketed as a children's toy and still is, despite its incredible difficulty. Which brings us to the second thing that you probably didn't know about a Rubik's Cube. What is the smallest number of moves that it would take to solve any scramble of this cube? This question has pretty much been asked since the invention of the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Remember, first you would have to find all 43 quintillion combinations, and then you would need some sort of supercomputer, a Google supercomputer, to find out what is the fastest way to get that scramble back to a solved state. In 2010, a group of researchers using a Google supercomputer found out that the smallest number of moves that it would take to solve a Rubik's Cube from any scramble is exactly 20 moves. Granted, only a computer can figure out what those 20 moves are. Every other speed cuber in the entire world uses an algorithm that builds the cube from the bottom layer to the top layer, even though that's not the absolute fastest way to solve the cube. The third thing that you probably didn't know about a Rubik's Cube is that when you're solving a Rubik's Cube, you're not trying to unscramble what has been scrambled. You're basically getting a bottom layer, then the next layer, and then finishing up with the top layer and rebuilding the cube using a series of algorithms, as opposed to knowing the fastest way to get it back to a solved state. It's impossible for the human mind to comprehend the fastest way to solve a Rubik's Cube, so therefore there's a series of algorithms that every speedcuber learns in order to be able to solve the cube. Speedcuber is just a term for people who take solving a Rubik's Cube very seriously, and they go to competitions and there's awards. In order to be considered a speedcuber, generally you have to be able to solve the cube in under 20 seconds. There are several methods for solving a Rubik's Cube, but how are you supposed to know if the pieces are in the correct spots or not? This corner piece right here is in the exact location and orientation that it needs to be in, but how do I know that this corner piece is in the correct spot, and how do I keep it from moving when I'm trying to solve all the other pieces? To answer this question, we're gonna have to take a look inside the cube. The fourth thing that you probably didn't know about Rubik's Cubes is that the centers do not move. Once we've stripped the cube of all edge pieces and corner pieces, you can see that we are left with a series of center pieces. These center pieces are fixed in place, so now we know that the center pieces on a Rubik's Cube never move. Knowing this helps us determine which side should be which color. Studying how the cube works can actually be very helpful when it comes to actually solving the cube. On most professional Rubik's Cubes, the white side is opposite the yellow side, the green side is opposite the blue side, and the red side is opposite the orange side. Knowing this and also which colors are adjacent to each other can be very helpful when solving the cube. Number 5, there are actually some impossibilities when it comes to solving the cube. For example, twisting a corner piece is not a valid way to twist a Rubik's Cube. This creates an impossibility, and it's impossible to get this cube to this state without an illegal move like twisting a corner piece. These impossibilities can sometimes happen if you have a pop in the cube where a piece pops out and you put it in incorrectly. You have to be careful. If you have a pop and you put the piece back in, it has to be oriented correctly, or you could be facing an impossibility. Because of its geometric design, there are a limited number of possibilities, and we can even spot impossibilities before the cube is solved if you know the cube well enough. Number 6, the current world record for solving a Rubik's Cube is 3.47 seconds. This record is held by Yuxing Du as of September 2020, and it absolutely blew the other records out of the water by over a second. It's pretty impressive to be able to solve something with 43 quintillion possibilities in under 4 seconds. This dude is a machine. Speaking of machines, the fastest robotic solve of a Rubik's Cube is way under a second at 0.637 seconds. This record stands as of November 2016, but I'm hoping in the years to come that gets closer and closer to 0 seconds. Number 7, some Rubik's Cubes are hollow and can store other things, like other Rubik's Cubes. Russian doll style. And all you have to do is lift open this little one right here. I'm just kidding, this one doesn't open. Can you imagine how small that cube would be if this one fits inside this one? This is the size of like one corner piece of a cube. Can you imagine one corner piece of this being a Rubik's Cube? That's insane. Speaking of super small Rubik's Cubes, number 8, the world's smallest functioning Rubik's Cube is 5.6 millimeters cubed. This Rubik's Cube was created by Tony Fisher, a well-known puzzle maker, and it requires a set of tweezers in order to twist each side. So that's the smallest Rubik's Cube. What about the largest functional Rubik's Cube? Number 9, the largest functioning Rubik's Cube was also created by Tony Fisher and measures at 6 feet 7 inches cubed. Tony says building this large Rubik's Cube took 330 hours, and the only way to twist each side is to turn the Rubik's Cube so that the side you want to twist is on the top. That thing is crazy. And number 10, do you have any idea why it's called Rubik's Cube? The first working prototype of Rubik's Cube was created in 1974 by an architecture and design professor in Budapest, Hungary, who wanted to help his students understand three-dimensional geometry a little bit better. His solution? Rubik's Cube, named after its inventor, Erno Rubik. So those are 10 things that you might not have known about Rubik's Cube. Let me know in the comments below which ones you knew, which ones you didn't know, and which ones interested you the most. Again, don't forget to like this video if you found any interest in it. It really helps my channel, and that's a very small way you can support me with just a click of a button. For more cubing, Hawaii adventure, and finance content, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and keep up to date with what we're talking about. A topic I cover in most of my finance videos is passive income. One great way of earning passive income, which is income that you don't actually have to work for, is through investing in companies in the stock market. Whether you're an experienced investor or interested in checking it out, feel free to get 3 free stocks using the links in the description below to Robinhood, which is a free trading app. You'll get a free stock just for signing up for free, and also through WeBull stock trading investment app, where you can get 2 free stocks, one for just opening an account with them, which is free, and also for funding your account $100, which you're going to need to do anyways if you're going to have any money in the stock market. That will allow you to get a second stock, which can be valued up to $1,400. So if you're looking for a risk-free way to check out the stock market, I highly recommend checking out Robinhood and WeBull and getting your free stocks there. Again, the links are in the description below. I hope to see you guys on my channel again soon. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Joey. I'll talk to you soon.